Project 2025. This is initiated by the Heritage Foundation, and it aims to prepare for a future conservative administration by focusing on 4 pillars. But I want to kind of go through the high points of this. So their primary goals: restore family values, dismantle the administrative state. I'm listening. Don't threaten me with a good time so far. Defend national sovereignty, secure individual rights. And they've got, so those are the 4 major pillars, but some of the, the ins and the outs. So key policy areas: abortion, remove abortion references from federal laws, restrict access to reproductive health services, and promote anti-abortion policies, federal workforce overhaul, replace current federal employees with individuals aligned with conservative principles, which we need. And then, executive branch reform, economic policies, tax reform, deregulation, free market principles, healthcare, repealing and replacing Obamacare. Do you guys remember when that was a thing that conservatives were talking about over and over? We heard, elect me and I'll make sure that we repeal and replace Obamacare. And then that never happened. And then energy, environmental policies, education. They're supporting school choice, national security and defense. They recommend strengthening the military, increasing defense spending, and immigration, of course. Shut the damn border down. And I would hope, I don't want to speak for the Heritage Foundation, but I would hope deport their asses. I don't care where they actually came from. Just kick them back over the border to Mexico and they can figure it out from there. We can let Mexico handle it since they were so nice to let us handle all of these people coming into our country. They can then handle it. So this is this Project 2025. And we keep hearing from the left. This is like, it's like far right extremist positions. Oh, Project 2025 is such a terrible thing. And no, actually, it turns out that it's just very common sense strategies to save this country. Now, I do want to ask you guys, I found it interesting. First of all, does this sound like something that seems radical to you, or does it sound like common freaking sense?
It has some radical points in it. Now, the left...
What are the radical points?
I'll get to that. The left, if it pisses them off, I tend to like it. But right. The left is always the ones who are telling me what I'm supposedly identified with. I didn't even know what Project 2025
I didn't either.
was until finally I heard enough about it. And then Trump came out and said, I don't know what it is, but
And that's what I want to talk about.
And then they here's the leader of the Heritage Foundation shaking hands with Trump on the platform, and everybody's like, see, he knows. And I was like, I shake hands with a lot of people. I don't necessarily know everything they're a part of.
Right.
So I finally went and I looked at the list, and there were certain things like, eradicating choice in marriage, and like just basically you can't just have a no-fault divorce anymore. You can't, like you wouldn't allow for that. So like in the day and age we're living in, I can see where they're coming from. But I can also see where that's interpreted as a little
bit too radical
thing, and it's a little strong. So I read into the thing. I saw where they were going with it. And I was like, yeah, okay, at the end of the day, I see what they're trying to embrace. Now, what I do see in this is a strong way to limit and make the government smaller, which is what we as conservatives are saying we're supposed to do. It's basically saying, hey, let's return to values and stop letting the government dictate all of our stuff.
Right. Which, to me, I'm just saying, if you had to choose, gun to your head, between... letting the slippery slope that is now gay marriage take root and having now the conversation about what is a woman and can you, change genders and all of this, or having a no-fault divorce.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going with the no-fault divorce.
We're arguing with the people that want to lop the genitals off of children.
That's what I'm saying. It's
understand where I'm coming from. I'm like, you know what? A return to values, regardless of how strong and radical it is, I tend to lean that way.
Right, exactly. If you like this clip and you want to see the full episode, click here. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, come on, you know you do. Click here.